What is up, Facebook world? Joseph Rogers here with you, and I just want to say, man, I had the best January in the world. I mean, maybe not the world, maybe not the country, but the best January for me. Anyway, let's just say that. Usually I like to take January off from doing a whole lot of things because in the comedy industry, to me, it seemed like the slowest months were always January and August. August because obviously the weather's nice. January, obviously, people's stupid New Year's resolutions and such, you know. Also spending less, so they go out less usually, so. But I just want to say that I'm excited because I just had what I feel like personally was the best month of January in 13 years of doing comedy. And also, of course, the most strenuous January in the history of Januaries. So here's the thing. It started off a little rough, I will say. On January 9th, Allison Rose and I got booked to do a gig for Narn Van. Great producer, great comedian, great overall guy. Dan Rosenberg is headlining. I'm featuring Allison Rose does a guest set. Allison has a panic attack on stage, can't finish her set. Really unfortunate, and she, as of today, February 1st, she hasn't done comedy since. So, thoughts and prayers to her in doing comedy again, because we don't want to lose her. And then I'm just going to be honest. I didn't know I was doing 30 minutes. I thought I was doing 20 minutes, and I thought I got the light, and I didn't get the light. And I tried to wrap up my set prematurely. There was another factor involved, and that is that my mom and brother surprised me with a visit to that show and their friends. So then I immediately had 10 minutes of material that I did not want to do that night. And so I ended up finishing, but the end of my set was not as strong as it should have been. I was really upset about that, but that was on me. So sorry, Narn. Fierce County Cider in Puyallup, great venue, great crowd every time. So if you can ever get booked there, I highly recommend it. And then the next day, on January 10th, I hosted for Scott Lassie at the Tracerton Movie House, and I felt like that was a really good time. For January 10th, he sold that place out. That's exciting to see. Such early time of the year to sell out a show at the Tracerton Movie House. And then on the 16th of January, unfortunately, for a lot of reasons and unforeseen circumstances, we had on record probably our worst comedy night at Dog Days. And that was a little sad. Lowest comic turnout, lowest crowd turnout. And 2 comics and myself were there, and we still managed to fill an hour's worth of time, and it wasn't horrible. So we made the best out of a bad situation, I guess you could say. Even though it doesn't matter what kind of, I don't know. I don't like to use the word bad because I feel like we don't have a whole lot of bad things going on out here. And then on January 23rd, I got to roast battle Tom Jorza, which was super fun, super cool. For those of you who don't know, Tom Jorza is a famous comedian who's in a wheelchair from a traumatic brain injury when he suffered a fall in college. And there's a documentary out called What Happened to You, which highlights him and his friend Sebastian's personal traumas and how they deal with it. And it's a really good documentary. It's really inspiring. It'll make you tear up. So you should definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Well, I got to roast battle him, and it was a really good roast battle. We ended up winning the roast battle. We had the best roast battle according to the audience vote. So yeah, check that out. That's on YouTube, on Comedy and Kitsap YouTube. That was fun. And then came the gauntlet. The gauntlet of shows that all month I was stressing about because I had to be clean. I had to do 20 minutes. And it was all 3 shows in a 2-day period. And let me tell you what, it took a lot out of me. It took everything in me getting ready for the shows, preparing for the shows, having a 20-minute clean set. And so the 2 shows were in Kingston on Saturday the 24th. First for a work party at the My Girl Car Museum place. Amazing cars, amazing collection of antiques, vintage things scattered throughout the entire place. It's private, so you can only book appointments there for work parties or tours or whatever. So check it out, My Girl Car Museum. And then right after that, we went down to the Kingston Yacht Club and performed for them, and that was a really fun show. Both sets were pretty clean, and that was in preparation for the following day, Sunday the 25th, the day that the Rams beat the Seahawks. I got booked on a gig at Tacoma Comedy Club on 6th and Proctor for Louis Fox, the magician, who is a multiple Guinness Book World Hoarder and has been seen on America's Got Talent. Super great dude, super funny guy, one of the best magicians I've ever seen. The only thing is that's an all ages show. So there was about 25 to 30 children there, ages 6 to 14, I would imagine. And I started to panic a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you, 13 years into doing comedy, and this is my first time doing comedy in front of that many children and their parents watching me. So there was one mom sitting real close to the front of the stage. She was just staring at me the whole time, just blank face, just slightest little nod of disapproval. And I did it, though. I didn't quite fill the 20 minutes. I did forget my closer, which was the worst thing to forget, and just fizzled out. But the good news is that I didn't cuss. The worst thing I said was meth a couple times. So, yeah, it's I managed to do it. It wasn't horrible. Someone had to do it. And I knew that after I got done with that gauntlet of shows that I was going to feel so relieved. So, of course, after I came home, watched the Seahawks second half, beat the Rams, go to the Super Bowl, and then I can finally breathe. I can finally relax. And so I just chilled Monday, the 26th. I just chilled like so hard. And I just felt so much relief because all that buildup all week leading up to everything. And then knowing that behind that was a series of shows that I had lined up that I was super excited for. Like the Heathen's Bakery show on January 29th, where we did a live recording of the show, audio and video. And the whole point of the show was to basically do a test run to say, okay, what is it going to look and sound like if we do recordings here at this bakery? And I'm going to tell you what, man, I am thrilled with how it turned out. The audio, the video, it's not perfect, but it is beautiful still. And I'm super excited to be able to get the ball rolling on doing more of those types of shows. It's also a dry room in the sense that they don't serve alcohol there. But they do have food. They have bakery, baked items, and sandwiches. Like my favorite chicken chipotle sandwich that they do. Super good. And just in case that went to shit, the next day we had a show with Paul Goodwin to record that one as well at Dog Days Brewing. I called it the 10, 20, 30 show. That's where you see 3 comics. One does 10, one does 20, one does 30 minutes. And it makes a really nice hour of comedy, basically. And yeah, even though we didn't really feel the need to record as, what can I say, extensively for that show. It was nice to be able to relax, knowing that we got some really good footage the day before. And we just enjoyed ourselves. We got a good crowd. Paul Goodwin crushed it. Everyone had a good time. And then the following day, Saturday, the 31st, the return of the Dope Show to Bremerton, Washington at the Tracyton Movie House. And yeah, that was a blast. That was absolutely so much fun. Andrew Rivers headlined it. Tyler hosted it, of course. Tyler Smith, the creator of the Dope Show. Thomas Friday and myself did a set. And I smoke all the time. Thomas Friday doesn't. I love doing it. Thomas Friday, not a huge fan, so... We got to do an intermission, smoke with the audience a little bit, interact a little bit, and then go back in and do our high set. And yeah, that was a ton of fun. So thank you very much, Tyler Smith, for putting that together and allowing me to be on that show. So that was my January. There were some other things going on, but those are definitely some of the more notable things. And I just wanted to share that with you. So yeah, love you. Have a good day.